everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Lockbox presented by the GRANDON GROUP, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team, powered by Platinum Living Realty. Hey, today, the elections are coming up in a few weeks, and today we have a really special guest here with us. She is running for the Cave Creek Unified School District Board, BRIANNA WALKER, right?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming in and stuff. So, the first question I have to ask,
Okay.
why would you want to take a job where you have to go get signatures, work for free, work full-time, and get beat up by everybody?
Well, I think the easiest answer is I have 4 kids in the district, and that automatically gives an interest to this position. My kids range from elementary school to junior high, but as far as their likes and things they enjoy doing are all over the spectrum, I've got one kid in special ed, another one who loves the fine arts and does theater. So
Cave Creek's got a great fine arts department.
We have a great fine arts center, and it's been great to have that participation with the Desert Foothills Youth Theater, always up here. Black Mountain, is a fine arts school for elementary.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
So part of the reason you're on here is you have basically 4 different reasons to be on the board.
Exactly.
So what prompted you to decide you wanted to run?
I've always been interested in serving my community. We've been foster parents on and off for the past 7 years.
Wow.
So I think just that in itself, how you can serve and give more, is something that kind of pulls out our heartstrings.
Are all the kids foster kids or?
Nope. 3 are bio and 1 is adopted through foster care.
That has got to be like the most special job in the world.
It
does. It
is.
takes certain people to do that.
Yeah, and just being involved in that sort of system, I guess, gets you interested in community and advocacy really fast.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah,
that's
so
perfect.
that door has closed, and it was, what else can I do for my small community? It's the reason that we moved to Cave Creek, started going to church out here, started going to preschool out here,
Sure.
and just really wanted to put down roots, and what a better time to serve the community.
How long have you lived in Cave Creek?
Just over 5 years.
Wow. Don't you love it?
Yeah.
So Cave Creek is a fantastic place.
Yeah.
What's one of the things that drew you to Cave Creek?
Space. We having 4 kids, we're very active and outdoors. But like I said, we also did life here. So we started going to church out here, and kids were going to Montessori preschool out here. So the constant drive out here
Absolutely.
brought us here, but being able to hike and
then you and I have something in common. We were both Arizona natives.
yes,
Right?
yes, yep, born and
So
raised.
we have seen a ton of stuff change.
Yes,
And I'm sure over the years we've probably run into each other somewhere.
probably. Yeah.
So getting on the board, you have to go out and you have to, just like a regular election, you've got to go out and get votes and everything
Right.
else. What are some of the what are some of your key issues that you want to address on the school board?
I think just another thing of Cave Creek that makes us so special is we're pretty small. We only have 1 high school, only 1 junior high, and that sense of community is kind of automatically there. Only
Right.
having 1 high school to back for sports teams and whatever else. And so I really want to see that unity with the community. And we're also known for all of our small businesses. You drive down Main Street down in Cave Creek, and every restaurant is mom and pop.
Have you ridden the bull yet?
No, I'm
Okay.
not.
We got to get
Not
you
a live one, mechanical one.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
But so I think that's very special, and to me, we really should be united with the schools, with that community that we have.
So it's safe to say you kind of have a kids first policy.
For sure. I would love to see a community garden. To me, that would be something that, whether the restaurants use it, it's a program through the schools, just kind of brings, and then that brings all ages as well.
A community garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, we were just talking about that. For as small as Cave Creek is, I'm surprised we don't have like 4-H or
Right.
FFA.
Right?
Which
I know
would
my
be good.
kids do 4-H, but we have to travel towards New River. to
Sure,
get
sure.
involved in that.
So as the community grows, and then you said had special needs kids and stuff. Do you think there should be an expansion? Because there are more kids with special needs, and I think
Our
that's
district has about, I think for 2019, we had 12% of our kids in the district follow under that special needs.
so. Is that part of the role of the school board? Because you're representing all the schools.
Mm-hmm. Correct. I think as far as resource and funding for
Sure.
that is
No,
part of it.
perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
Now, how are you when obviously you work well with people and stuff, but if you have a stance, are you pretty good about, nope, this is my stance, here's the information I have on it, this is why I'm sticking to it?
I do. I think you also have to, this is a public school.
Right.
So we might not see eye to eye on everything, and you really have to say what's going to be best for the children, what's best for the parents, what's best for the teachers in this district. So as a board, I think that unity as well. I think people can bring different opinions, but you do have to be unified on that board as well, as far as for
Absolutely.
making decisions and not being in the limelight.
No, exactly. I hear you. Now, some of the teachers, Cave Creek is a fantastic place to live, and we do have one of the best school districts in the state. Right? Some of the teachers, I feel they're underpaid compared to if they go to Scottsdale or maybe Paradise Valley.
Right.
As a board member, what can you do to maybe help a teacher get to that next level? And I know you don't really affect their pay, but
yeah, I think that's a huge issue with our district. To be able to go right next door and make more money. When already our teachers, a lot of them do commute into the school district. They don't even live right here.
Right.
So teacher attainment is huge. I think even the principal on those levels is really hard. It's kind of been a revolving door in our school district if that leadership isn't there. Black Mountain, Snorton Trails have done a really great job. Those principals have been there a while, and it seems they have that leadership with their teachers as well. So I think having that. But it's going to be a year of change, new superintendent, 3 spots available at the school board. So
that's great. It's going to be fun. Now, what are your thoughts on kind of expanding the curriculum? So obviously the state gives you guidelines and they're like, meet these requirements. Would you like to see Cave Creek kind of maybe go above and beyond that to maybe make us one of the top cities in the entire country?
I think so. I think when it comes to curriculum, we have Dr. Miller's going to, first of all, have a set of eyes before it even comes to the board. But with that as well, it has to meet Arizona state standards.
Sure.
So,
absolutely.
We are ranked 49th education in the whole country. So I think that's hard to compare for.
But is it safe to say, and I'm not on the school board because honestly I couldn't do it, but is it safe to say the school boards have a lot of power to help change that? I'd love to see Arizona move up into the top 10.
Oh yeah, me too. It'd be great to see, but I think before it even gets to the school board, a lot has to happen.
Sure.
I guess being able to review any curriculum that does come up before you vote, being able being proactive and doing your due diligence and research.
Do you think and we do, and for those of you that have not been to Cave Creek before, we have some fantastic teachers.
We do.
Really great, and the principals are really good too.
Right.
Do you think, as a board member, that it should be a place for teachers where they can come and talk about anything without being ridiculed by other people?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think there needs to be more open communication with the teachers and the board. It's hard to know. Yeah, it's hard to know what the teachers need if they're not able to come to you.
No, without being rude. And again, that doesn't happen. I think the teachers the parents are really supportive. So the teachers get what they need.
Right.
And stuff. So, as you guys can see, being on the board is a full-time job. How are you going to handle a husband who's sitting on the other side of the camera, by the way, 4 kids, and just your regular life?
Well, I've been doing it for lots of years. And like I said, we've also done foster care. So I think the amount of time that takes raising another human and meeting with caseworkers and showing up at court hearings, I would expect takes even more time.
I do think that's amazing. That is a very admirable job. It does take some dedication for that.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you kind of like to tell the people that are getting ready to go? Can they go to a website?
Yeah, I have on Facebook, I'm Elect Brianna Walker. And then my website is electbriannawalker.com. So easy way to get a hold of me, my information.
Yeah, and Brianna is very easy to get a hold of. You email her, she emails you back. And so if you have questions, email them over. This is an important election for the school, right? So now I do have a couple questions from Turning Point. And this is regarding the way the schools are all set up. They wanted me to ask, would you be in favor of continuing to keep a school officer on campus? Or if not, what is the replacement for a set officer, like a resource officer?
A resource officer. I know half of that funding comes from the school district and half comes from the department. I think it does add a sense of safety.
Right.
I think what's really hard is the school is so underfunded that we also probably need additional counselors also on staff.
You mean
well.
like student counselors?
Student counselors and even more of a social worker
Sure.
with that background, I think helps a lot of situations as well,
Should-
especially out here in
No,
Creek.
exactly.
If we could have numerous of lots of resources, I think that's probably what we lack the most.
Should it be set at one school, like those counselors, or should it be kind of spread out?
It would be nice to have one at each one. I mean, budgets is a budget, so I mean, you can only do so much, but even for the whole school district, we only have one nurse, So,
Right.
I mean, I think it probably falls under that same sort of thing.
Well, you seem like you're really proud to live in Cape Creek.
Oh, for sure.
So, I mean, that's great. And that's one of the things that's important for any candidate running is you've got to love where you're living. And the fact that you're taking on this job,
Yeah.
I think is just fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
is there anything else you want to tell the people about you?
I don't think so.
Love Cape Creek.
No, I love it. Yeah, I
here.
have lots of kids here, so that's probably my number one reason for running. And there's lots of great programs that our schools offer. I mean, that all 5 of our schools kind of have, elementary schools have
Right.
specialty, something very special. That we have open enrollment and it pulls people in because of that is very special.
No, it is. In fact, our son is in kindergarten started with Mandarin. That was a freshman.
Okay.
And he's doing really well. So they have the Mandarin and the
Right.
Spanish, and then Horseshoe Trails has the horses.
Right, and then there's a French immersion program. STEM, like I said, Black Mountain has the fine arts, which has been good.
And they put on some great shows too.
They
Did they
did.
just do Wicked? Not too long ago.
That might have been before they
Okay.
did that. Actually, I did see it was Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Play off of Wicked, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's been it's just very special school district for
It is.
sure.
And it kind of gives you the feel of well, I know I'm older than you, but when we were growing up, you could drink out of a hose and you were going to be fine, that type of stuff, you know what I mean?
Right.
Go out. I mean, you literally can ride your bikes to the mountains, the horses, or shoot right over the movie theaters.
Right, it's great. Our kids can cross the street and there's some of the best mountain biking trails.
No, that is true.
State, so
That is
it's
true.
awesome.
No,
But
that's great.
yeah,
That's
I think
great.
just doing things for kids and how we can also support teachers at the same time. If we don't have teachers, then it's hard to support the kids. So
No,
we
exactly,
need both.
exactly, and and it's always political season's always fun, but everybody can get along. There's always a common ground.
I have a really hard. I mean, as divisive as running for a unpaid
Full-time
position is, I'm really surprised at how radical things can be, and I have a hard time believing that we can't be on common ground, especially when it comes to public education and our children.
Absolutely.
I mean, we have great school options are available in the state of Arizona, but public education is public education.
No, exactly.
So it is for everybody.
And one thing, since you're a licensed realtor as well, you probably agree that good school districts make for higher prices.
They do,
So
yeah. I
there's
mean,
a
it does
direct
attract
correlation.
buyers for sure.
So that's great.
So, yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. So early election starts, early voting starts here in the next couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah.
So
It's
if
a few weeks.
you whatever you guys do not just grab that ballot and check it off. Check out Brianna's website. Call her up and email her, ask her questions. Check out the other candidates as well. But it is important for people to get out and vote for your particular values, I guess would be safe to say.
Yeah, I think knowing people goes a long, knowing your community goes a long way, and people that your kids are going to school with, and who your neighbors are. So I think so, and just having creative, critical thinkers, since it is a nonpartisan position.
No, exactly. Again, give everybody your website and where they can go to.
It is electbriannawalker.com.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Everybody, thanks for joining us for another episode of the Lockbox. Make sure you get out there and vote. I'm Jason Grandon with the Grandon Group. See you guys soon.